Have you ever wondered which daily habits might quietly raise your risk of dementia? So many folks think memory loss is just an unlucky part of getting older. But the truth is, certain everyday routines could be setting you up for trouble long before the first sign shows. In this video, I'm going to share the 6 daily habits that most people never realize are linked to dementia and why it's urgent to stop them now before it's too late. If you or someone you care about is getting up in years, this is something you can't afford to ignore. I'll break down each habit, explain the real science behind how it affects your brain, and give you practical tips to protect your memory and independence for as long as possible. These aren't just theories. These are the patterns experts see in seniors across the country, and they can make all the difference in your future quality of life. Stay with me until the end because you'll discover how these hidden habits not only shape your mind, but can actually determine the kind of aging journey you have ahead. Whether you're in your 60s, 70s, or 80s, every minute you watch could help you safeguard your brain for years to come. Now let's get started. Number 1, chronic sleep deprivation. Chronic sleep deprivation is one of the most dangerous habits silently chipping away at your brain health. Many seniors shrug off a few sleepless nights, thinking it's just part of aging. But the truth is, consistently, poor sleep has a direct link to memory problems and dementia. It's not just about feeling groggy in the morning. Long-term lack of deep restorative sleep prevents your brain from clearing out toxins that build up during the day, including the very proteins associated with dementia. Imagine waking up tired for days, weeks, or even months on end. Over time, your concentration slips, you misplace things more often, or you find it harder to recall names and details. It's not your imagination. During deep sleep, the brain repairs itself and sorts memories. Without it, small lapses become bigger ones, and your risk of cognitive decline shoots up. Take the story of George, age 74, who prided himself on never needing more than 5 hours of sleep a night. He'd stay up late reading or watching television, convinced he was just wired that way. But over time, George noticed he was repeating stories, forgetting appointments, and struggling to remember new information. After a frank conversation with his doctor, he began prioritizing a full night's sleep. No screens before bed, a calming routine in a dark, quiet room. Within weeks, his focus improved and the fog started to lift. The bottom line is that chronic sleep deprivation is far from harmless. Even if you feel fine, your brain needs 7 to 8 hours of quality rest each night to keep your mind sharp. If you have trouble falling or staying asleep, talk to your healthcare provider. Sometimes simple changes in routine or sleep environment can make all the difference. Your memory is worth protecting, and sleep is one of the best tools you have to do it. Number 2, sedentary lifestyle. A sedentary lifestyle, spending most of your day sitting, watching television, or skipping regular movement, is another daily habit that can quietly set the stage for dementia. You might think staying physically active is just about keeping your body in shape, but it's just as important for your brain. Regular movement increases blood flow and delivers oxygen and nutrients that help your mind stay alert and resilient. Without it, parts of your brain linked to memory and reasoning actually start to shrink over time. Consider how easy it is to fall into a routine of sitting for hours, especially after retirement. Maybe you enjoy reading, puzzles, or chatting with friends on the phone, but physical activity slips further and further down the list. The effects are subtle at first. Maybe you notice a little more stiffness or get winded walking up the stairs, but over the years, your risk of memory loss and cognitive decline increases with every day spent mostly sitting still. Let's talk about Betty, who's 72 and loved watching classic movies. After her husband passed, she found herself spending most of the day on the couch. Her energy dropped, and her memory started slipping too. Betty's daughter suggested she try joining a walking club at the local senior center. It wasn't easy at first, but just a short daily stroll brought back her spark. She felt sharper, more social, and found joy in a new routine that got her moving. The science is clear. Regular physical activity, whether it's walking, stretching, gardening, or gentle exercise classes, protects your brain at every age. It doesn't require marathons or heavy weights. Even 30 minutes of movement most days can make a difference in how you think and feel. If you find it tough to get started, invite a friend or set small goals. Remember, your brain thrives on activity, and staying in motion is one of the best ways to defend your memory for the long haul. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 2 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Now let's move forward. Number 3, poor dietary choices. Poor dietary choices are another daily habit quietly fueling dementia risk. Many seniors know that what you eat affects your heart, but few realize just how deeply it shapes your mind. Diets high in processed foods, added sugars, unhealthy fats, and salt can damage the tiny blood vessels in your brain, leading to inflammation, sluggish circulation, and eventually problems with memory and focus. Think of the typical American breakfast: sweet pastries, white bread toast, sugary cereal, or even salty bacon with little fresh fruit or vegetables. Over time, these habits chip away at your brain's defenses. Studies show that diets lacking in leafy greens, colorful vegetables, berries, fish, and whole grains are closely tied to higher dementia rates, while nutrient-rich Mediterranean-style meals protect memory and clarity for years. Let's take a look at Sam, who turned 80 last year. He always reached for easy snacks, crackers, chips, and frozen dinners. He liked the convenience, but noticed his mind felt cloudier and his energy dipped more often. After chatting with his doctor, Sam made some simple changes, adding a handful of spinach to his lunch, swapping white bread for whole grain, and reaching for a handful of walnuts instead of cookies. The difference was remarkable. He felt more focused and began recalling details from conversations that used to slip away. It's not about following a strict diet or giving up all treats forever. The key is to shift your daily habits toward more whole foods, fresh fruits, veggies, beans, nuts, healthy oils, and fish, while cutting back on processed and sugary snacks. Your brain craves real nourishment to keep building and repairing connections. Small, steady improvements matter most. If you're unsure where to start, try adding one new healthy food to your meals each week or replacing a processed snack with a fresh option. Remember, the choices you make at each meal can strengthen your mind and give you a fighting chance against dementia, one bite at a time. Number 4, social isolation. Social isolation, the habit of withdrawing from friends, family, and meaningful connection, is one of the most silent but powerful drivers of dementia risk. Even if you enjoy solitude or think of yourself as a homebody, long stretches without real conversation, shared laughter, or feeling truly seen can gradually chip away at your mental sharpness and resilience. Human brains are wired for connection, and regular interaction keeps memory, language, and reasoning skills active. It's easy for older adults to fall into isolation, especially after retirement, the loss of a spouse, or when mobility becomes a challenge. Maybe your phone doesn't ring as often, or you get out of the house less than you used to. At first it seems harmless, an extra quiet day here and there. But over weeks and months, this quiet can deepen, leaving your mind understimulated and your mood low. Consider Dorothy, 77, who moved to a new apartment after her husband passed away. She loved her privacy, but soon found she was going days without seeing anyone but her mail carrier. Dorothy's daughter encouraged her to join a virtual book club and sign up for a weekly senior coffee hour. She was surprised at how quickly her mood brightened, her memory sharpened, and her sense of purpose returned. Social interaction is more than just pleasant company. It's a daily workout for your brain. Conversations, group activities, and even friendly arguments stretch your thinking and keep your neural pathways strong. If getting out is tough, try phone calls, video chats, or community programs that offer remote participation. If you're shy, start with small, low-pressure settings like a church group or a neighborhood walk. Don't wait for loneliness to sneak up on you. Make regular connection a habit, schedule calls, join a class, or volunteer a few hours a week. These small steps are among the most powerful defenses you have against dementia and help keep your days rich with meaning and vitality. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 4 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Now let's move forward. Number 5, unmanaged chronic stress. Unmanaged chronic stress is another daily habit that can quietly open the door to dementia. Most people think of stress as something that simply makes you feel tense or irritable, but the reality is that persistent stress, day after day, actually changes the structure and chemistry of your brain. High levels of the stress hormone cortisol can damage areas responsible for memory, decision-making, and emotional balance, making it harder to focus, recall information, or learn new things as time goes on. It's easy for seniors to brush off stress as just part of life, especially when coping with health problems, financial worries, or changes in family dynamics. But when left unchecked, even low-level stress can build up and erode your cognitive health, setting the stage for confusion, forgetfulness, and long-term decline. Let's look at Frank, age 81, who always managed to keep it together for his family. When his wife got sick, he took on extra responsibilities and never took a break. Over the months, he found himself snapping at loved ones, forgetting appointments, and losing interest in his favorite hobbies. A social worker suggested he try mindfulness meditation, breathing exercises, and regular walks in the park. Frank resisted at first, but soon found his mind was calmer, his sleep improved, and his memory started to bounce back. Managing stress doesn't mean eliminating every challenge from your life. It means learning ways to respond more gently to what you can't control. That might include talking with a friend, practicing gentle movement, enjoying nature, or even just pausing for a few deep breaths during a busy day. Many seniors find that writing in a journal, pursuing a spiritual practice, or joining a support group helps lighten the emotional load. Remember, your brain is resilient, but it needs your care. By building small habits that soothe and refresh your mind each day, you protect yourself from the slow, steady damage stress can cause. Your emotional well-being is just as vital to dementia prevention as your physical health. Tend to it with patience and kindness, and your mind will thank you for years to come. Number 6, ignoring mental stimulation. Ignoring mental stimulation, the habit of letting your mind drift without challenge or novelty, can quietly speed up cognitive decline and make your brain vulnerable to dementia. Many people assume that once formal schooling is over, it's fine to stick with the same old routines, watching familiar shows, doing the daily crossword, or reading the news. But just like a muscle, your brain needs variety, challenge, and new experiences to stay strong. Think of your memory, reasoning, and creativity as skills you have to keep using to avoid losing. Without regular workouts, learning something new, tackling a fresh puzzle, or mastering a hobby, your neural connections start to fade and your risk of dementia increases. Take the example of Helen, who's 75 and spent years volunteering at her local library. After she retired, Helen noticed she was feeling more forgetful and less engaged. Instead of simply waiting for her memory to bounce back, she signed up for an online art class, started learning Spanish, and began playing new board games with friends. Helen found that her mind felt sharper, her moods lifted, and she felt younger at heart. Mental stimulation doesn't have to mean going back to school or taking on huge projects. It's about mixing things up and challenging yourself to think differently. Reading a new kind of book, exploring a different walking route, or picking up a skill you've always wanted to try. Even simple activities like rearranging your kitchen or learning a new recipe can stretch your brain in ways that protect it for years to come. If you're not sure where to start, ask friends for recommendations. Visit your local senior center or look for online courses and workshops. The key is to stay curious, keep learning, and never assume that it's too late to try something new. Your brain thrives on novelty, and every new challenge is a powerful defense against dementia. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 6 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Now let's move forward. Final thoughts. As we wrap up, take a moment to think about which of these 6 daily habits you see in your own life. Were there any that surprised you or that you've been meaning to address? Dementia isn't just the result of fate or genetics. Your daily choices can play a huge role in shaping your future. By prioritizing sleep, movement, nourishing food, social connection, stress management, and mental stimulation, you give yourself the best chance to stay sharp, independent, and joyful well into your later years. Remember, it's never too late to make a change. Even small steps taken day after day add up to powerful protection for your mind. Share what you've learned with friends and family, and don't hesitate to ask for help if you need support or new ideas. Your brain is a precious gift, one that deserves all the care, curiosity, and kindness you can offer. Thank you for joining us today. We'd love to hear from you. Leave a comment below and share one thing you learned today and how you plan to use it in your life. Your thoughts are important to us, so don't hesitate to share them. Reading your comments gives us great motivation and encouragement. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, please like, subscribe, and share. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Thanks for watching, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video.